Hey you guys, it's Hugh here, and I'm going to give you a walkthrough of our awesome new Cloud Movie Machine software. So first thing you do is you have your email, which should be here, and your license key here, and you go ahead and log in. First thing it's going to do is bring you to the home page. If there's any news about the system or anything, it'll be here. So here's how the workflow goes. The first thing you want to do is make an account. And you can go to the videos, but it's going to say please make an account first, and it's not a big deal. You know, if you're not worried about SEO or anything, just make like a test account and click the save button here. And once you do that, this button's going to show up and you can go to the video section. When you get there, you see all your accounts listed here, so you make sure the account that you want to work on is selected, and then you can create a new video. To create a new video, all you have to do is have this new and no template selected, put some cursory values in here, and if you're more concerned about SEO, you're going to work on this more or come back to it later. When you're done, you just press the save button. From there, you'll be able to have a new video settings, and you'll be able to go directly to the video designer. So you go to the video designer, and you're going to see what clips you've already got on your timelines. You've got these 5 areas on the video designer in the visual section. And you've also got an audio section. We'll just look at the visual section now. So you've got the timeline. These items will go on the video. But let me just go ahead and delete those, and we'll start fresh with some new items. So when you get here, you're going to see this, nothing here yet. So what you want to do is go to Sources, and in the Sources section, we have an image library, and we have a premium image library that shows up here if you're a special member. So you can select from all these different topics, from images to make videos from. And these are just JPEGs, but we have a special designer. Now you can either add them to the timeline as a JPEG, in which case it'll get made into a 7-second showing of that slide. Or you can open it in what we call our clip generator. The clip generator will show the image, and you can create, you know, like a feature box on top of it. You can put your headline if you want to, and put the URL and some other stuff, or you can just leave all those things turned off, and just then you can select the length of the clip that you want to make. Let's say we'll make this 12 seconds, fade in and out the beginning and the end, and then you just click generate. You can't see that button because it's down here, but you just click generate clip down here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it takes just a second, but the video clip will be created from this slide and then placed on my timeline. And as you can see, there it is now. We now have a 12-second clip from that slide. Now that's not the only thing. Not only do we have these images, but we've got some actual videos. We've got stock video clips, and we've got motion background type of clips you can use. So for example, if you go and select a stock video clip, you can put it as is into the timeline, or you can open that in the clip generator just like you did with the image, and then you can decide. You can see the clip length is 12 seconds, so you can just keep it at that, or you can choose to loop the clip to a longer clip or make it shorter. So let's say I wanted to have a 15-second clip with this, and let's say I want my feature box to come in 3 seconds into the video and then disappear 3 seconds away from the end of the video. You can just do that. So now it's going to make a 15-second clip with this thing coming in and out of it. So let's go ahead and generate that. It does take a few seconds to create a clip. I would say at least 1 second work per second of video, sometimes more if you have more features. It's going to take a few seconds for that video clip to be created and then to get deposited on your timeline. At which point it shows up on the timeline just like this, and here we go. Now for the heck of it, I wanted to just see what it looks like so far, and this is from my previous video. I can just go ahead and regenerate that preview, and again, it takes maybe 1 second of rendering per second of video, maybe less, depending on how many features you have and that sort of thing. So we've got, that was pretty fast, I would say. So now it's going to load that video and show us. And it took the feature box settings that I had in there, and it created this headline, this feature box, and oh no, actually this is from the whole video settings that I have. And I had already saved that for this template. So you get to that by this feature designer here. Now you can add basically the same features, but in this case it goes over the entire video if you use this one instead of opening in a clip designer. So on the timeline, this one is for the entire video. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these off again. Make sure they're turned off and save my video options. There's a save button down here, you can't see it, so I'll save that, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that preview one more time, and it will come up without all those features on it. Just so you know, I had those features saved from a previous demo I was doing. That's why they came on the video, so I had to turn them off. Now we see the video without those features on it. As you can see, it's just showing us the imagery, and then it will fade to the ocean clip that we have right here. And my feature box comes in 3 seconds into that clip, and then it will disappear. Now let's just try something else. I'm going to delete all of these clips that I've made here, and I'm going to go back to the sources, and I'm going to go to some of our stock videos, and just for the heck of it, you can just click add like this, and depending on the size of the video, it takes a second, but I can just add another one. The videos some of these are pretty big file size, so it takes a minute to just copy them over. But as you can see now, I've done 3 clips. Now I'll do another one. And if any time you want to know how long these clips are, you can just open it in the clip designer, and it's going to load that clip and tell you right here the length of that clip. Now if we go back to the timeline, you can see all these clips that I just selected are now in my timeline. And let's just see what kind of video that makes if we publish or we generate the preview. And again, it could take, I think it's about 50% of the length of the video, the timing required to do the rendering. So if we've got 40 seconds of footage there, it's going to take maybe 20 seconds to render it, depending on how many effects we've added and so on and so forth. And there we go, it's been rendered, and so now we can see the preview after the video loads. And there we've got the first clip looking very cool of an airplane flying into clouds. Very nice. And then it'll go to that ocean cruise. Very nice. That's, I'm not sure how many, 15 seconds or something. Very cool. And that's going to fade to our next clip, which is like a slower motion on the ocean there, wherever it is. Looks like the North Pole or something. and then it goes into the fourth clip. So you can see how the clips really get put together into a video. You might note that I also have this fade between clips selected here. And if you remove that, it just cuts between the clips rather than fading between them. So you can see, you can turn that off and then regenerate the preview. This is kind of the flow that you might have with Cloud Movie Machine, is that you're going to work on a project and then you're going to click Publish Now, click to generate the preview and just see what your work looked like. And then when you're happy with it, you queue that video. You can keep working on it until it's just what you want. So this time we're rendering that preview without fading between clips, so we can just see what that looks like really quickly. And here we go. Now you'll get to see this clip as it loads, how it looks to have the video clips without fading between tracks, between clips. And you can see as it gets to the end of this clip, it just cuts right to the next clip, see, rather than fading. So that's up to you whether you want to use the fading between clips or just cut directly to the next clip. And you see how it cuts. So it could look better with fades depending what you're doing. So now you know how to use the sources to either just use the clips as is or open them in the clip designer, set the length, add features, and so on and so forth. We have a couple of other ways to make content for your videos. A lot of people use PowerPoint in their videos, and we have actually two ways to make PowerPoint. And I'm just going to show you this one. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these. And so we'll start fresh. So I'm going to go over here to the Create section, and we'll open the slide creator in a minute. But first, I just want to show you how easy it is to make a PowerPoint presentation. And I've got some text that I've already put together, and it's one slide per line. So I've got these 7 lines of text. I'm going to make them for 5 seconds per slide and 1 second of fade in and out. So what that's going to do, it's going to take the background color and make a completely blank slide from that background color, and then it's going to fade in the text with this color and fade it back out again in the clip. So it may take up to, like, say 15 seconds for each line to create that clip that we need, maybe even a little more. So it could be a minute or 2 on this. So I'm going to go ahead. I may pause the video while this does its action. So let's go ahead and generate this. And then you can see that all the slides were made, and they're all made one after another with the words that I put in. So let's go ahead and just regenerate that preview now and see how that looks. Okay, and here we go. You can see that how the text fades in from the background color. And you can use fading between clips, or you can not use fading between clips. If you do your slides in different colors, and you don't have to do them all in one go. You can redo them again and again in different colors, and then you can use the fade between clips, and it will look pretty smooth. Or you can just use all the same background color. You see that works pretty well. Now, some people have other requirements for PowerPoint slides, so they want to do things, you know, a little bit more detailed on the slides. And for that, we have what we call the slide creator or slide designer. So what you're going to do for that is you open this up here, and then you see we've got a canvas for you to work with, and you can select different fonts here. And what you do is you click the font, select the color, then click save. Then you've got this text on the canvas, and you can do whatever you want with it, including, you know, twist it around or whatever you want. Then you can also add these icons that are very nice. And it also has some shapes that you can add if you want to do that. So now we've got this slide. So if I want to add this to my video now, I'm going to go ahead and click Save to Timeline up here. And I'm going to have two options. It can save as a JPEG, just like the image, the first one I showed you, or we can create it as a clip. And what happens in that case is that, again, the background color will start out blank and will fade in your content. Let's make it 2 seconds and 8-second slide, and we'll go ahead and save that slide. And it should take just not very long at all to come back with that clip on my timeline. And there we have to go to the bottom and see it, but here it is. Now you can drag and drop to change the order anytime that you want to. So now I have that clip at the beginning. The other thing that you can also do is selectively delete slides. Just click on the image to select the slides that you don't want, and then click Delete Selected. And there we come back with those images deleted. Now, just to see how this PowerPoint slide that we just made looks, let's go ahead and click Publish Now and regenerate that preview. Just take a couple of seconds to show you what that video looks like now. And here we go, start with a white background and then fade in the content. So you can make as many clips like that as you want to for your PowerPoint and just string them together in a timeline. And it looks pretty good. Okay. So there are really a lot of ways that you can create content for your videos. You can also upload your own images to make image clips here. Now there's one more option as well, which is our clip editor. You can actually add your own video and get a clip from your own video. So let me show you how to do that. Now what we don't have is uploading. So we don't have you uploading your video to Cloud Movie Machine. However, we do recommend that you use S3 and just upload your video to S3, or you can also use a YouTube URL. I'm going to get a video here on S3 that I have. I'm just going to grab the URL, and then all I have to do is go add video, and I will just paste the URL right in here and then click import to clip editor. Now we could use, you know, any clip, but this happens to be just like a motion background of some waves and stuff. So what you want to do, if you have a different clip, you can decide what part of that clip you want to use, and you're going to slide the beginning and the ending, and it's going to show you. Now this is pretty constant clip, so it looks the same at the beginning and the end, but you may have a video clip and you just want a certain part, so you go ahead and you select just that part, and it tells you here. Also, if you just want to do the whole clip, just leave the whole thing open like this. So that's what I'm going to do, and it's a 10-second clip. So what you want to do is click this button here, Add Episode, and you'll see underneath the episode appears here. Once you have this, then you're going to click Create. That's going to bring up this dialog. You select Standard Quality and click Create. It takes a moment, not very long, for Cloud Movie Machine to create the clip that I want. If I want to watch that clip before I commit to it, I can click the play button like this. And so now I can see the clip that I'm dealing with. And this is the clip that we cut out and we place it here. So now I want to have this on my timeline. So what I'm going to do is select it here and click the big button that says Add Selected Clips to Timeline. But you will now see that clip is now part of my movie right here. So again, I can drag and drop this up near the beginning, and then we'll do a quick preview just to see how that might look, just for the heck of it. Takes just a couple of seconds for the preview. And after the circle stops going around, you actually see how it starts. So you can see it comes in right from that white to the slide that I made. That one will now fade and cut to the ocean clip that I just added. And then after that ocean clip, of course, it'll go to the other slide that I have in the timeline, the other clip, which is the PowerPoint stuff. You also notice that I do have the fade turned off. So if I turn the fade back on again and then regenerate the preview, you'll see it will fade in from the beginning, fade in between the clips to make it look really smooth. The video doesn't load until that circle stops going around. So you can see now that we did fade, it actually fades in from the beginning as well, from dark. And fades to that clip. Now it will like fade between this clip and the ocean that I just added. So that looks very nice. Okay, so now you know how to add all those different kinds of content to your video. So now it's time to look at audio over here. Just so you understand, Cloud Movie Machine basically makes the length of the video based on the visual content and then applies the audio. So if you have an audio track that's a certain length, you're going to have to make sure that you have enough visual content to fill out for that length. So now we'll just go ahead and add, let's add some background music. And we have quite a lot of different music tracks available for you to select. If you're a premium subscriber, this one fills up with a lot of tracks too. Now, you can also upload your own MP3s. You have to name them background MP3 or voiceover MP3, depending on what you want it to be in your project. So let's go ahead and just select a music track, and we can add that here. You can also preview it. That's a nice one, but we've got so many. Okay, let's go ahead and pick that. We just click Save to Template, and it will be added to our project. When the audio gets added to our project, now you can see the audio element is active here. You can save your volume by turning this volume slider and then click Save Volume. That becomes important when you add a voiceover, which we may do now. What if I take the text that I made for my PowerPoint and I put them in here, except that I'm going to format it to where it's more like a paragraph. Now I want to show you how you can manage your text-to-speech if you want to use that. You just save text and generate the TTS file.
This time I'll make some PowerPoint slides. I'll make them one line at a time. This function makes one slide per line of text using a black box formatting algorithm.
Okay, now the best way to make this sound really intelligent is to put more commas, because we programmed it to make inflections on commas. So you can put like this, This time, comma, I'll make smaller slides. I'll make them one at a time. This function makes one slide per line of text, comma, using a black box formatting algorithm. The slides will fade in from the background of the fade setting you choose, comma, and the slide will stay for the slide length you choose. The fade effects make a very nice transition, comma, between slides. So maybe too many commas, but that's how you can tell this voice to sound a little better. So let's go ahead and save text and generate TTS file.
This time, I'll make some PowerPoint slides. I'll make them one line at a time. This function makes one slide per line of text using a black box formatting algorithm. The slides will fade in from the background of the fade setting you choose, and the slide will stay for the slide length you choose. The fade.
Okay, so let's say we like this, and I'm going to show you how to record your own audio in a second, but if we like this, we can just click this Save Voiceover. Now that's going to go ahead and place that into the audio element for the voiceover. So now you can see we have both audio elements active. And with this, we can now actually mix our audio. Now, I don't know if this works on other browsers, but it works well on Chrome. When you click Play All, it will play both audio elements at the same time so you can mix them.
This time, I'll make some PowerPoint slides. I'll make them one line at a time.
The background's a little bit too loud, so I'm going to mix that down.
This time, I'll make some PowerPoint slides. I'll make them one line at a time. This function makes one slide per line of text using a black box formatting algorithm.
So when I'm happy with the mix, I click Save Volume. And I might as well save both of them, and then the system will know to put those elements at that volume when the video is rendered. So now if you'd like to go ahead and see what that looks like, or sounds like, we can go ahead and regenerate that preview now, and it will have the audio that we did. And here we go.
This time, I'll make some PowerPoint slides. I'll make them one line at a time. This function makes one slide per line of text using a black box formatting algorithm. The slides will fade in from the background of the fade setting you...
Okay, so you see how that now we've applied the sound. Now there's one more thing that I will show you, which is how you can record your own audio. And what you want to do is you want to recreate the recording preview, because the preview that might exist, if there is one, might be from a previous setting of the project. So you want to go ahead and recreate that recording preview. And it shouldn't take more than a few seconds to just create that preview. It's a very low quality preview with a time code embedded right onto the video so you can see the timing of it. Now it says preview completed and ready to record. And you can see the leader for the fill. So it's going to give you a 10-second countdown. When you click this button, by the way, the first time you do arrive here, this is going to ask you for permission to use your computer's hardware, because it uses the microphone from your computer. Okay? Now let's go ahead and record something. When I click the record button, it's going to start displaying my video so I can sync to the video. Hello and welcome to my video. Here's my awesome first slide that I showed you how to make with the triangle in the middle. That's going to fade into a really cool ocean, sort of a rainbow thing. That looks really good. So now we're going to have that for 10 seconds, and then after that rainbow, we're going into my other PowerPoint slides that I made previously. Okay, so when you're done recording, you press this button right here. Now what you're going to note is that it does take some time for the audio data to be sent from your computer to the server. You can see down here what the status is. Audio data collected, now processing. So that's how long it took for that recording that I did to get stored on the server. Now, if you make a longer recording, it's going to take longer. Now, if we want to hear that back before committing to it, we can play this, and then once again, it's going to download that data from the server to play it for us. So let's go ahead and do that. Retrieving audio data for playback should be about the same length of time. Here we go. Hello and welcome to my video. Here is my awesome first slide that I showed you how to make with the triangle in the middle. That's going to fade into a really... Alright, so let's say that I'm happy with that. Then what I want to do is click Save Recording to Template. I just save that. And it doesn't take too long for that process. And it will come back now with my vocal in the voiceover audio element right here. Hello and welcome to my video. And you'll notice that it automatically trimmed off that 10-second countdown. So if we play them both together now. Hello and welcome to my video. Here's my awesome first slide that I showed you how to make with the triangle in the middle. That's going to fade into a really cool oceans. Okay, I saved the volume, so let's go ahead and check that preview now. See how it looks. And the preview is done, so now we'll check it out. Hello and welcome to my video. Here's my awesome first slide that I showed you how to make with the triangle in the middle. That's going to fade into a really cool ocean sort of... Okay, that's buffering. So anyway, you see now we've got our background vocal, our voiceover, we've got the clips that we chose, and you know, if we wanted to, we can publish that video. So that pretty much covers all the items that we have in video creation. Now the next section is when you want to cue this video, and you can cue it as is, or you can cue it for a high def or a standard video, depending on your credits. The other thing I didn't go over with you was how to set up your sharing account for YouTube, but it's really quite simple. You click here on the account section in sharing, and you go and you're going to go over to Google like this, and you're going to pick one of your accounts, log in, and give permissions to VidWorks, and that's going to bring you back to the Cloud Movie Machine, and you save that to your account. I'm not going to do that today, but I just wanted you to know. So now if you want to publish a video, you're going to go to the visual section or the audio section. Make sure you have your video selected. Once you have your video selected, you're going to see this publish now if it's ready to go. And then you can cue the video. I'm going to go ahead and cue this for high def. I'm going to turn off auto distribute because I don't have any YouTube account, or other accounts configured for this, but I'll go ahead and cue this. And it takes a moment, and then we're going to go to our data page. So this is our data screen. This is a fresh account. It doesn't have any other videos, but you can see now that my test video is in the queue, and this is the queue. Now it's in queue. Now if I wanted to say, before it's been rendered, I want to take it back to the editor, I can do that. But meanwhile, it's just waiting for this video to be created. So let's come back in a little while, and this video will be created. And you can see now as this video is being worked on, it has an indicator that it is being rendered. And that's going to go on for a few seconds, maybe a minute or two. So really what you want to do is more or less go away and come back later and see the results. Refresh, and we're going to see that that video has now been rendered. And if we had some distribution accounts, we could actually turn on auto distribution like that, and then it would automatically send the video to YouTube or wherever we have programmed in there. don't have that in this account as I showed you, but we can click on that icon to actually see the video.
Hello and welcome to my
It is a full 1280 by 720p video, so it takes a little longer to buffer than the preview, and the quality is definitely much better as well.
Hello and welcome to my video. Here's my awesome first slide that I showed you how to make with the triangle in the middle. That's going to fade into a really cool ocean sort of a rainbow thing. That looks really good. So now we're going to have that for 10 seconds, and then after that rainbow, we're going into my other PowerPoint slides that I made previously.
All right, so now not only do we have this, we have the link that you can download the video and do whatever you want with it. We also have embed code, HTML5 embed that you can use. That's not all though. Let me show you one of my other accounts where I have more items on the data console so you can see how this works. So I've logged into my more or less real account here, and I have quite a few accounts here. So let's see if I go to this one here, and you're going to see all the list of videos that I've done. And I don't have Vimeo in this, but I have YouTube and Dailymotion, so you can see that it has auto distributed quite a few videos directly to YouTube. Now this is the YouTube embed of the same video. This is all done in an automated fashion. And so you can get the YouTube embed, or you can actually go to YouTube and then see your video on YouTube.
Here's a cool short video with a
Okay, and also on Dailymotion. Now here's the Dailymotion embed, and then you can also click and go right over to the Dailymotion page. And when you have your distribution set up, it takes forever to load Dailymotion. So you have your distribution set up, and if you have OnlyWire, SendWire, or indexers, then when these shares are made, it's also going to do second tier links back to these shares. So we have these listed. You click on this section and go here, and it's going to show you all the extra backlinks that the system has been making for all of my videos. You can see there's tons of OnlyWire, SendWire shares, Crazy Indexer, Link Indexer. We have all that built into Cloud Movie Machine. Okay, so that's my walkthrough for you of Cloud Movie Machine. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope you enjoy using Cloud Movie Machine. This is Hugh out.